There's an old rail line that cuts through southern Illinois, long abandoned, the tracks rusted and split by weeds. People say the train stopped running because the ground wasn't stable, but the locals know better. They stopped the trains because of him. Eli and his cousin Grace were biking home from the lake when the sun dipped too low. They didn't want to take the main road, too long, too slow, so they cut across the old railway bed. The metal rails were still warm from the day's heat. The woods on either side were quiet, too quiet. Grace slowed her bike. "Do you hear that?" Eli did. A faint metallic clank, like a train wheel hitting a joint in the rails. But there hadn't been a train there in 30 years. They kept going, a little faster now. Then, footsteps. Not behind them, not in the woods, on the tracks, heavy, measured, one step at a time, like someone very tall was walking the rails in long strides. Grace whispered, "Don't turn around." But Eli did. A figure was walking down the tracks toward them. Tall, too tall, with limbs that hung just a little too long, shoulders sharp under thin, stretched skin. Its head was lowered like it was studying the ground, but the worst part was its gait, 1 foot exactly on the rail, perfect balance, like the track was built for it. The train walker. Eli had heard stories, something that walks the old lines at dusk, following the ghost of trains long gone, something that hates being seen. Eli and Grace didn't breathe, didn't speak, didn't move. The walker raised its head. Its eyes were not shining or glowing or wild. They were just human, flat, empty, like something wearing a person, but no longer remembering how to be one. Then, in a voice like metal dragged across steel, it said, "You shouldn't be here." They dropped their bikes and ran. Branches tore at them, gravel slicked beneath their shoes. They didn't look back, but they heard the footsteps. Clank, step, clank, step, keeping pace, never rushing, never slowing. They didn't stop until they reached the highway and the streetlights flickered on. When they looked back, the tracks were empty. Only the faint sound of a distant train whistle from a train that hasn't run in 3 decades echoed through the trees.